Hey everyone, Colin once again, and welcome back to the next episode review for Yashahime Season 2, Episode 6. Yeah, Episode 6, Hisui, the Demon Slayer. Now, like I said, probably this one, I would say when I did my, on the preview of it, maybe it's going to turn out to be another filler episode, because we got that annoying princess again. But Hisui, this was titled Hisui the Demon Slayer, so it has to be a little bit, more, Hisui be a little more on the focus of the story of this episode. Which it kind of seems like. I mean, what I say is this one another filler episode? I would say, for the most part, yeah. But, and Toa is pretty much out of it most of this episode, so it is mainly focused on Hisui and well, Setsuna is part of it, but there's more Hisui than more on his two sisters. So that's kind of more focus on them. We got a little more screen time with them. So I guess overall it was fine. But I said that the princess back in episode 19 of the first season, I did not like her. Her laugh was annoying. You know, I did not care for her. So, but she's in this again. So. But getting more into that though. But it opens up here with since now Setsuna, she's got her dreams back now. She's been asleep for 2 days now. Which like if you've been asleep, if you had no sleep for a decade, you have to catch up on sleep. So yeah, they're back at Kaede's village, her house. Setsuna's been asleep, and Toa, this is more because she's been asleep for a lot though. So, but it's understandable. I mean, like I said, she hasn't been asleep for 2 days. She hasn't been asleep for over a decade, so. And it's nice, and again, it's nice to see Kaede again. I like Kaede. And the moment that she leaves, Toa leaves the house, some ninjas come in. They take Setsuna. And then when she wakes up, boom, in our face, the princess. Yeah, Princess Aya, I think. Yeah. Yeah, Princess Aya. We see that he put she put Setsuna in a bit of makeup, and then Komodo wakes up in her place. And it says why are you doing? She's asking why are you doing this, because well, she's giving a sob. She's basically giving a sob story though, but. I guess from her point it's understandable. For one point, it's understandable because she says she wants to do this because it's like her. It's like when she wants her to stand in for a nun's coming for her as her etiquette instructor. But at first, Sesama's like, I'm not interested in this, but she should. I mean, wait, that is her. She's basically not interested in a whole bunch of this stuff. So, but she's explaining, it can be, she made Princess Bay also be quite miserable, but because of the doing stuff she's doing, for a marriage thing, because basically an arranged marriage for a way she's being forced to learn all these stuff. So I guess a little point it can be understandable for her because she's a princess and all the stuff that was higher ups, having arranged marriages and stuff though. Now feel free to do what she wants a lot of times. So that's why she wants Setsuna to stand in for her while she basically goes out. Yeah, she basically goes out from. But it was a way to skip those lessons. Like moment she gets put those how it's like a carriage where the men are carrying it, and then she shows birds like ha ha, she starts like, oh I'm free, and but she wants to go to this go to the harbor. There's something that she wants to see. And just laughing, which I guess, the laughing, which I said before, I hate her laugh. I couldn't stand her laugh. I was hoping something bad would happen to her, because she's by far the least favorite character of the series I've seen, because I thought she was very annoying. Anyway. back with Setsuna, like the nun has arrived, saying that it's I'm Kinyu, which is that's Moroku Sango their older twin daughter, who is the one who's dressed in the monk outfit, learning from Moroku. But it's actually Hisui who's dressed in the monk outfit. So, but basically but I knew that the whole thing that she was just saying that all that stuff that Princess Aya was saying all that stuff just to get away, which is kind of surprising how Setsuna, being how, for her character, be fooled that easily, right? I mean, you just basically given like those fake tears, right? Giving her the sob story, but then when she's free, basically saying sucker, basically. But so this is Setsuna is like for that to be fooled that easily. But then Hisui say how sorry but Hisui's kind of surprised, like saying that Setsuna has surprised that you never taken you for sympathy, and to being with Toa has changed you. Well, it's kind of the same way how Toa, when she's changed, when she's been in the funeral, because she's been the present the whole time, and same thing with with Setsuna, being around Toa has changed her, well, because it's her sister. So, and you get a little chemistry between a little bonding with between Setsuna and Hisui, and Setsuna gets confused with which twin is what. Oh, the one who was the demon slayer. It's like, no, that's Gokuto. It's Kinyu who's the monk, the nun. And we see that with Hisui petting Kilala, and Kinyu talks to that where you've been. She's asking a small favor, but he's like, oh, you seem kind of too busy with Kilala. And then and Hisui's like, oh, okay, what do you want me to do? And then Kinyu's like, oh, good. And these characters, I like Hisui, but I'm liking the twin sister, especially in this episode. I like the twin sisters a lot, Kinyu and Gyokuto. Like I say, Kinyu, who's more the monk, she's the older of the twins, and they're fun. They're really fun characters. I enjoy the twins. So that's what it was Kinyu who was supposed to be there, but she's asking because she had another thing to do, so that's why she's asking Hisui to stand in for her. So, while that the twins are had to pay a visit to another person who's another demon slayer, a demon slayer leader from another village. So they were Gokuto's delivering this thing for her, which wondering what kind of a thing what kind of a thing was that they were given to that old guy. What was in that box? And then Hisui was telling us, that that his family are not the easiest people to deal with. And then we see the Princess Aya's father, how do you pronounce that guy's name? Would you see? He said it's the same guy we saw in the previous season. The Iragi Donjo. I was calling him Donjo. The last name of it, Donjo. And he's like, "Oh, game, please." He's being happy because now because his daughter, which couldn't recognize though, but whatever. But she's learning. So. And go back with Toa that saying, Setsuna was gone, but Kai is saying that she probably went out for a walk. And this, like I said, Toa is very little in this episode, which is nice because not every episode has to be focused on the lead character, right? So it was nice. It was kind of nice. Even Moroha, she's only in for one scene because she's chasing some demons around in this looks like a cave, and then they're saying, "Oh, run for it! It's Moroha the demon killer." So she's only in for that one scene. So it was nice that Moroha and Tor have were very limited in this episode because not everything has to be prime sailing on our 3 trio, right? So it is kind of more with a little bit sets in it, but also focus on with Hisui and his older twin sisters. And we get a little nice little flashback, how when Hisui, when he was a little boy, that Moroku, nice to see him there, trying to teach him, to properly teach him education. And Hisui said that he originally wanted to become a monk, but his older sister, became that, and he wanted to try to run the workshop that his mother was doing, but his other sister, Gyokoto, was running that. Although I wonder, okay, can either one have another hand, like have another monk, or another hand in the workshop? I don't know why. But, okay. So Hisui was a little lost, and then that's when his uncle Kohaku, we see him another one older where we see Kohaku fighting this beetle demon, this bug demon, and we see Kohaku which is nice to see Kohaku fight another demon, which is good, and we see how Kohaku got you notice how Kohaku has that little scar on the bridge of his nose. He has like a straight scar running across the bridge of his nose. Well, that's what we see during this fight with this bug demon. As they're both charging at each other, they swipe across each other, and that's when Kohaku gets that scar and that cut on the bridge of his nose. So that's why he chose to be Hisui to become Hisui chose himself to become a demon slayer. And plus, he said it's a good way to get away with the family because, they could be a nuisance. So he said he's grateful for that. And Setsuno was like, I wouldn't really know what family is like, so. Well, because she's been all alone most of her life, so. And then a guy comes in saying that, the prince is in trouble. And like I said, we get more with Moroha for the one scene. And then Hisui gets a dummy to disguise as posing as him. And then Setsuno wanted to come, but Hisui says no, because in case when the head of the dojo comes back, so they'll probably figure out if she comes up missing. So that's what he tells her to stay. And Hisui's telling her, he's like holding her hand. It's like, oh, don't worry, have faith in me, Princess Setsuna. So I wonder. Well, maybe it won't though. I kind of doubt it though. But there's little scenes like those when they were spending time together. Kind of, what I figured was kind of leading. They may have something though, but I kind of doubt it. And then we see in the preview that the princess is being captured by this octopus demon. This octopus demon, and which I'm like, yeah, please kill her. You see, he's twirling her around, and he's kind of like sticking her in the wire, kind of drowning her. I'm like, please, yes, but unfortunately, that's not the case. I kind of that the princess will be saved. She won't die, but I kind of want her because she's annoying. But then we see Hisui taking on it. Throws his Hirai Ghost, but the octopus demon arm regenerates, and he was going to do it again, but then the octopus demon is using the princess as a shield, so they wouldn't hit her. He wouldn't hit her. I'm like, please just kill the girl though, but they can't though. And then you get the really good part, which was fun. They see that Hisui's twin sisters, Kinyo and Gokuto, they get on the action, which is cool. Like Kinyo's throwing talismans, and Gokuto is throwing like these smoke bombs. So they're gonna use those as distractions. So it was cool to see them getting on the fight. I like that. And And then Kinyu's like telling Hisui to hurry up and say the princess, and she's laughing, and Hisui's like, "Oh, this is not funny at all." I'm loving his sisters, or Moroku Sango's daughters. I really enjoy them. And then the princess is all happy to see him, and she's once again she's like kind of laughing. I'm like, please just shut up already. So yeah, the twins are throwing the talismans and smoke bombs, just cutting off the tentacles, and then Hisui is looking for the weak spot, which is the back of the octopus's head, which has another face on it. Has another face. He throws the Hirai goats, which is cool. Always like saying Hirai goats. Always enjoy hearing that. Like with Sango did that. Hirai goats. And then just defeats the demon. And then the princess Hisui catches the princess, and you get the little sparkly, twinkly, eyes. Oh, my hero, my knight in shiny armor. So, and then it's like and then he Hisui tells her, "Oh, I was your etiquette instructor," but it's like, oh, but wait, I thought the nun was coming, and then the twin sisters is like, oh, but my brother can be a fine nun, and then the other, that was Kinyu saying that, and then Gyokoto saying, oh, and a beautiful nun as well, and Hisui's like, oh, sisters, and then the princess doesn't want to ride in her little carriage, so she rather rides with Hisui instead, and I love that you get there's a shot of the twin sisters getting the twin sisters getting those little evil grins on their faces. And then they're both laughing at him. So the princess, gets a ride on Kilala with Hisui, and it's like, oh, that boy has matured, hasn't he? And before we realize it, in many ways. And they're both evilly, grinningly laughing. Like, I like that. I like those two. I would definitely hope I would see more of them, because these two are very, they're very fun characters. I like Hisui though, but Kinyo and Gyokoto I really do enjoy. I hope I definitely see more of them. But I was like, well, I was thinking to myself, Morocco and Sango, they did well, so. But then, by the time they get into, when the princess gets back, her father shows up, and she gets in trouble because he found out, and Sensa told her the truth, and she gets dragged away, so. Yeah. And then, because we're back with Setsuna cutting some trees in with her Naginaga, saying, but be reminded what her dad said regarding her mother. Since she needs to learn how. Well, she's saying that cutting all this stuff doing all this stuff isn't gonna help learn how to sever their fates. So, and then Toa shows up, hugging her, being so worried. So. And then after that, supposedly when they were sleeping again, Setsuna gets up and starts playing the violin next to the Tree of Ages where Rin is at. And we cut back to Rin inside. It's glowing red because since they're on the time limit thing, because between them has been severed. And we see once again Rin shedding a tear because she's hearing the song. So yeah. I would say, yeah, it was a filler episode, I would say, though, but I would say it was better than the one from episode 19 of season 1, though, because but I thought it was more Hisui got a little more on the spotlight, because he's the one who basically took charge and tried to deal with the demon on his own until his sisters showed up and started fighting the demon, which was cool too. And I just love it where they're just like snickering to each other. I really enjoyed that. And then, like I said, a little bit of chemistry between Hisui and Setsuna. But I doubt there's going to be I doubt those two are going to be, couple, you could say. Although it was more like, Princess Aya was eyeing more on Hisui. So when he was trying to save her, she was more eyeing on him. So I guess again, I think the episode was more on Hisui and the two sisters, which was nice. Like I said, you don't need Toa being the spotlight. Same with Moroha, so that was kind of a different. It was kind of different pace, So it didn't need to be the trio together again. So it was not. So yeah, I would say it's a filler episode, but I think it was a much better. It was a much better filler episode though, because the title was mostly focused on Hisui, which I kind of felt it was more when it came to the action and more on Hisui telling Setsuna about him growing up and where he wanted to do. So I guess the title lives up to this episode. So I think it was more focused on Hisui, which was. So, but his sisters were fun too. I really enjoyed them too. So I just hoping I would see more of them. Anyway, in the flashback, nice to see Kohaku getting some action, even though it was a flashback. Wow, this is almost over 20 minutes in now. Jeez, I don't expect to go all this long in this episode. So, but I guess a lot of it is going on this one. I explained, because who cares? But I like the episode. I did. Like I said, I thought it was focusing basically. I got more time with Hisui and more on the twin sisters, which was nice. On Kinyo and Gyokoto. So I hoping to see more of them. So yeah, I enjoyed the episode. Nice. And then I'll have to explain on the next episode preview, which I'll get to that. And next I'll be talking about the next episode of the Great Jahi now. So, but this episode, Hisui the Demon Slayer, I liked. It was a filler episode, yes, but I thought it was a bit better than one we got from season 1. So yeah, and plus, like I said, the twins were fun. I enjoyed them. You're like So, but thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode review for the Great Jahi for episode 14. Later.